Are
I
we?
think we are. Yeah. So
Sweet.
I've got coffee. You got coffee?
I got coffee, man. I got my sister-in-law made me a cup that says the recoup. So
All right.
yeah,
I've got the old standard: eat, sleep, Algorand, repeat.
that's perfect. That's perfect.
So hopefully folks are tuning in. We got a couple of eyeballs on here. Uh,
Nice.
we're having coffee, and we're talking about crypto, huh?
Yeah, we're talking about the Algorand ecosystem, I think.
Yep, I think that's the plan.
Yeah,
So
man.
we're gonna do these on a weekly basis. We've got a top 10 list.
Yeah.
For those of you who are tuning in, feel free to like comment. I think you can comment there. We will see them. And if you've got ideas you want us to talk about next week, we'll go ahead and do that. Format here though is we're gonna go through like a top 10 topics.
Yep.
We'll each give some rapid fire commentary on it and move on relatively quickly.
Yeah, man. It's been a while. I feel like, well, we actually did talk to Bilal from Fame together, but
Yep.
outside of that, I haven't seen much of you since AlgoFest.
Yeah, it has
Yeah,
been a minute, right?
it
So
has.
now it'll be a weekly occurrence, so we can catch up on a regular basis.
I like it.
And
I
I'll
like
wear
it.
the jacket. You wear the Aloha shirts.
Yeah, man. I got
We'll
the
both drink coffee.
we'll both drink coffee. Yeah, you look professional. I look like I'm really dying for a vacation. Yeah.
I've had a little more time to get ready for the day, right? Because I'm in
Yeah, that's
Texas,
true.
so it's 11 for me. It's a little after 9 for you. So
That's true. That's true. Yeah,
um,
so I'm just pulling myself together. That's for sure.
what kind of coffee are you drinking?
Right now I got through my Pete's, but I have Starbucks Italian roast is what
Starbucks
I'm.
Italian Roast. All right, I am. So despite the fact that I'm not wearing any kind of Aloha attire, I am wearing
Oh,
Kona coffee or drinking Kona coffee this week.
ooh, you're
So
fancy, man. You're
I've got some
fancy.
fancy coffee.
Was that from Santa or is that just something that you usually buy?
That is just something I usually buy. So my
Yeah.
family is mostly in Hawaii actually. So every
Oh,
year we get coffee like sent over on a regular basis.
I'm
Oh, you
I'm
got
a
visitors.
yeah. I have my daughter's coming in. Yeah, she's gonna get some water, everybody. So excuse her.
No worries. 5 minutes. Hi.
Perfect timing, baby. All right. She doesn't want me to talk about her. Okay.
All
So,
right.
okay. Well, I do want it. We're going to talk about Tiny Man first, but I know Decipher is on the agenda as well because I want to catch up with you. I know it's a while ago, but I want to hear about that experience for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's start with Tiny Man, I think.
Okay, so we got
Yeah.
Tiny Man up first. So 10 topics. We're going to go through them. Tiny Man, the how they handled the crisis, and the aftermath, good, bad, ugly. Personally, I'm happy that this happened now because
Oh
it
yeah.
could have been so much worse if this had happened in, let's say, 6 months with a higher profile.
That's for
And
sure.
more funds I think could have been damaged. I'm a little bit like learning looking at the silver linings. You never want this to happen, but I think it was inevitable that
Yeah.
something like this was going to happen.
Absolutely. And and more specifically though, I had a back and forth with Michael Cotton from Algomint.
Hmm.
And he said if it had happened in 2 weeks,
Hmm.
that the liquidity in Tiny Man would have been 10x. So
Oh yeah.
even like sooner out. So, obviously these guys knew that it was the New Year or New Year's Day or New Year's Eve or whatever it was. So it was a good opportunity for them to do what they did. But
Hmm.
and Tiny Man also had indicated they were going on vacation. So I don't know if that played into it or if this was a longer plan on these guys. But
Yeah, who knows? So
I don't know.
last I checked, the BTC or Go BTC were still in the wallet.
Yeah.
However, did Michael give us any indication about whether or not they were tracking anything that had happened with those? I had heard unsubstantiated 100% that somehow they were trying to wash it through AlgoFi, like they were trying to borrow against it or something like that.
Yeah.
And of course, the AlgoFi guys, they had nothing to do with this. If that happened, they were victims in this as well. But I don't know any of that. I had just gotten a couple of emails. We get tips like just random Telegram messages or what have you.
Yeah.
Have you dug into that at all? Any idea if any of that is accurate?
All I know about that is just the report that Tiny Man put out the other day. I think it said something along the lines of 20 Go BTC are still in the wallet, some algo. I think
Yeah.
they got rid of all their ETH.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know what's going on or what can they even do. I know that Algorand's blacklisted that wallet and all that,
Yeah.
but they can still kind of play some games through AlgoFi and swapping and moving it to different wallets. I imagine. I don't really know how that's going to work.
Yeah, I think that the borrowing against it might be a danger. I don't know if any of that's actually happened or not. I hope that they get caught, but at the
Yeah,
very least, I hope that this is just sort of a lesson for the community. Okay, everybody, up your game just a little bit more, and it's an expensive lesson, but
for
a
sure.
lesson that everybody needed, I think, nonetheless. And just a quick reminder. Have you ever been a part of any other like scams or hacks or anything else like that?
No, I mean, other than my identity being stolen way back when, but yeah, no, I haven't.
It's just an awful feeling. Like you just feel
Oh,
like exposed and like, oh man, this is a terrible thing. So I've had the unfortunate experience of investing in a couple of ICOs that were just total scams, and I
yeah.
had invested in a site out of New Zealand, an exchange called Crypto. Oh man, I don't even. It was like Crypto Graveyard or something. Something like I should have known.
Yeah, yeah, where that was taking you, right? The
Yeah,
crypto graveyard, yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It was not a good scene.
Yeah,
But it just sort of happens, I think. And kudos for the team for handling it as well as they did, I think.
yeah. Yeah, I
Um,
mean, in the beginning, it was frightening, like, I think we were all kind of like, "Whoa," I think we thought that this might not happen in the Algorand ecosystem or something, but like you were saying earlier, it was inevitable. It's good that it's happening early, and, yeah, I mean, in the beginning, like, Tiny Man, we were kind of like, "Where are they? They're on vacation? What the," But then slowly everything they started to show up, and their response, I think, has been perfect. I mean,
yeah.
everybody's going to be compensated. What they have is the smart contracts are finished. They're being audited. And what else? And I mean, they're saying probably next week, right? Or in a
Yeah.
week or two.
I'm
So
actually surprised that they were able to turn that around so quickly,
yeah,
because I thought for sure that we were going to see like a 2 or 3 month gap, and I
yeah.
was I was really worried about that.
Well, and then that $100,000 bug campaign is also good.
Hmm.
So there we go. It's going to be audited, and then there's going to be a bunch of people trying to make money exploiting it, and then it'll go live, and we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I think
All
that's
right.
good. So up
Yeah.
next, we've got the Yieldly future. What's happening with Yieldly?
Mm-hmm.
NFTs, swaps, more. They've got that cool liquidity pool that's going on now with
Mm-hmm.
who's that with Akita, I think.
Akita.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
man.
thoughts on Yieldly, the future? What's going on over there?
I mean, my thoughts are Yieldly's where it's at. I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
NFT marketplace that we saw. I forget the Twitter.
Phil of the
The
future, I think.
That's him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he showed the preview there, and it
Yeah.
looks pretty sweet, doesn't it?
Yeah. Does he it looks really sweet. Is he affiliated with them or did he win something? I was confused on what that was.
Yeah, I
Was there
didn't realize that he actually had been tagged to help out with some of the rollout there, and I'm not sure what his role is, officially, but it seems like he had some kind of a official hand in
got it.
that. I don't know if he was, advisor or actually coding, or if he had been employed in some way, shape, or form, but definitely had the
Yeah.
inside track there, and it was cool to see.
Yeah. I know
Yeah.
I've noticed on your on your channel on your Twitter that you're very excited about Yieldly.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, who isn't? I think most of us are. But
Hmm.
yeah, I mean the NFT marketplace, what else is coming? And there's the governance token. I wonder when that's going to happen. The iYieldly.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. I haven't heard much about it since the modified like white paper I think came out, and everybody
Roadmap,
was really
yeah.
concerned. Yeah, oh yeah, roadmap. Yeah, they were
Yeah.
concerned. Okay, well, doesn't Yieldly already do this? Why do we need the iYieldly? And it now it makes sense to me as far as for the governance and how they were gonna apply the governance to avoid having I think just whales having too much interaction or too
Got
much
it. So that's
weight.
what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know if you're gonna be able to buy NFTs on, Yieldly with Yieldly? Is that I know the image showed algo, but, I'd be curious to know if you could buy,
I would be
NFTs with Yieldly.
surprised if you wouldn't be able to. I
Right,
think that would be the end game. So I
right,
would definitely be surprised if you couldn't. Um,
right.
but yeah, I think Guildly's moving in the right direction. They have this uncanny ability, like they lure you in, the audience, and this is brilliant on their part. Like they give away free stuff, right? You essentially you stake with them, you get the rewards. Okay,
Yeah,
cool. Now you stake with them, you get an NFT, and that's been going on for several months now. So they're sort of training the audience. Okay, this is where you go to like come check on NFTs, and then they say, oh yeah, well now you have these NFTs, the marketplace. So they've trained the community to go here, and I feel like
Yeah.
they're just like the NFT dealer. They're like, here's a couple of free sample NFTs, and come back
Oh
to me,
yeah. Oh
right?
yeah. This is
Right?
like, you mean these NFT lottos are like meth?
Yeah, yeah, right. They're
They're
like,
like, oh man, I want more, more.
here's a couple of freebies, and then you got to come back and spend some Yieldly with me.
Yeah. Well, hey, whatever works. I mean, those guys seem to be doing it's, it looks great, and I love collecting my Yieldly every day.
Yeah, me
What
too.
is what is the deal? Do you know? And I don't even know if I should be talking about this, but a lot of guys are talking about this. Your ability to double dip on Yieldly. Do you know anything about this?
Yeah, so if you
Okay.
have like some of the timing for some of the pools
Yeah.
is a little bit off from the Yieldly timing. So my time, like I go and I claim my Yieldly at 10:45. So some
Right.
people have stated that you can go in and like claim your I don't know what it is, like Choice or Opulus or whatever it is in those other pools in
The
enough
key.
time early enough, Akita, to go
Yeah.
restake is in Yieldly and still be able to collect the Yieldly. However, like
Yeah.
in practice, I haven't been able to actually do that.
Yeah.
So it seems to me like you have to be in there for like by a certain cutoff time in order to
Yeah.
claim.
Yeah,
And so
these guys keep on trying to explain it to me in the Algonauts Discord, and just I feel like I should be able to understand this, but it has something to do with Teal 5 because Akita, it's constantly giving you rewards throughout the day.
yeah,
And so you live in Akita. I'm sure maybe I don't know if some guys want to show up in the comments, but you live in Akita all day, and then you pull out and then you go into the whatever other one you want to go into,
right. And then you
and
claim
then
relatively quickly.
I guess so, and then but I was like, wait, do you get yield if you're in Akita all day, do you, and then you just move into Yieldly, do you get anything? I don't.
So
I thought you needed to have time in the Yieldly pool in order to earn some, but that's where I don't
so
understand.
you can if you deposit at my time at like 10:45 p.m. and
Okay.
then the pool resets at like 11ish or something like that my time at
Right.
11:05 you can claim. It's not as much as if you
Oh.
wait the whole next day, but you'll get a significant amount. There's a little bit of an ebb and flow.
Oh, so you only need to be in there for 5 minutes to get the minimum for the next day.
Correct.
Oh, because it's always less right after
Yeah.
you claim.
Right. But you could you
Okay.
could you could claim it relatively quickly though, and some is better than none, and then go take your earnings and put it right back into whatever you were using
Okay. So if
before their turn off time.
I've totally just unraveled this Yieldly conversation to a degen conversation, but
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
So you so you live in Akita all day, and then about 15 minutes before you pull out, and then you put it into Yieldly, and then right after the reset, you claim your Yieldly, and then you go back into Akita.
correct.
Maybe am I right, guys? Is anybody watching? Is anybody actually watching? Do we have
Um,
viewers?
yes, yep, yep. Hell, here, I'll
Uh,
turn the chat on. All
okay.
right, here we go. Uh, let's see. So, yep, live in Akita and switch to Yieldly just before the reset.
Live in Akita and switch to Yieldly. Just okay,
Don't claim
simple.
until the next day, just before the reset.
Don't
Wait,
claim yet. This is the see, but that goes again. There's a bug in my opinion in the code. You don't need to claim immediately.
yeah.
Oh, I'm still confused because oh, but will you have if you're in Akita all day and then you move into Yieldly and then you claim before the reset? I look
You claim right
maybe
after the reset.
got it. That's funny.
All right, shut up. All right.
All right, never mind. Moving on. I'll stop. I'll stop. I'll stop. That's hilarious.
All right. Let's talk about item number 3. Otherwise, we're
Okay.
never going to get through all these. All right. So number
Okay.
3, ASAs without a dex.
ASAs without a dex. Yeah, it's brutal. It's
Right?
brutal.
It,
Yeah,
it, it
that's
really is. So
yeah.
I've had this experience. So Citrus was about to go live. Citrus, by the way, Citrus.io is about to go live next weekend. But we've got the coin, the nerd coin, so everybody can like join in and you can be a nerd. And it was
Oh,
supposed to go live with Tiny Man, but there's
oh.
no pools now for Tiny Man.
Oh,
So I don't
okay.
know what we're gonna do now.
So wait, tell me about this. This is your project.
Hmm
Okay, I want to let's plug your project real quick because I want
Okay,
to know
so
more about it. I've seen a little bit about it.
Citrus.io is basically the Algorand's version of Yelp. So it's community driven. You can log in, you can rate projects, you can add projects. If you got your own ASA or NFT project, or whatever it is, it's a Dex, it's a whatever. You go in, you put your project in, and then you own it. It's kind of like Yelp. You claim your profile. If you don't claim your profile, somebody else can come and do it. Some DJ can just come in and add you and rate you. But the idea is you've got to be verified. You've got to have an algo wallet or whatever connected, so we know you're from the community, and you can
Hmm.
give reviews, and then we give bounties in the nerd token NURD. So like like we were just talking before we went live, like we can't even keep track between the two of us, and we live in these worlds of all the new projects. So my idea was, well, let's just get the group together, we'll crowdsource all of the new projects in one location and have the community rate them and give us the feedback, have a hub for all of that, and we'll give
Right.
bounties in the form of the nerd token, which is the RASA.
Mm.
But it's hard to go live with that because there's no tiny man action.
Right.
We've got some contracts out there for some other exchanges, and you'll be able to use it on our site to get like NFTs and some swag and that kind of stuff.
That
Um,
sounds great, man. Yeah, cool.
feels like Yelp is evil. I know we got some things to like protect it from going like full on Yelp.
Right.
But the initial idea was, hey, we need to crowdsource some of this information so we can keep up with it. Honestly,
Yeah. Real quick on a different subject, I just realized that I'm on Wi-Fi and I did not switch over to my connected internet. Is my stream okay, or am I?
your stream is awesome. You got
Oh,
five green bars.
okay, good, good,
You
good,
should
good,
be
good,
good.
good.
If
All
if
right, good.
if either one of us looks grainy, folks, go ahead and put it in the comments. But I
Yeah.
think I think we're good.
Okay, good. Well, that's fantastic. Yeah. So look, so ASAs without a Dex, we obviously need a Dex. So what's coming? We have Humble Swap coming
Yep.
soon, I believe. Do you? I know.
Humble's coming very soon. In fact, Chris Swanner will be on our Twitter space in about 45 minutes or something along those lines. So we'll have some conversations with him, and I was hoping to get them on and some kind of an interview. Yep, the shirt
Yeah.
looks good. All right.
Yeah. Okay. Good. 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 There we go. There we go. Yeah.
We got Algodex is finally coming too.
Yeah, I know. I'm excited about that. I'm talking to Alex tomorrow, actually, on the recoup.
Awesome.
So yeah, so I'm going to learn more about Algodex tomorrow, and where they're at, and yeah, man, Algodex, Humble Swap, and then there's one more. Oh, DFly,
DFly. Yep.
DFly. That's another one that's coming, which
So
I
we
don't
got
know a lot about.
I don't know a whole lot about them either. I know they just like blew out their pre-sale.
Yeah,
Um, Humble is actually going to be open source. So
nice.
there could be a lot more dexes on the horizon because Humble is going to make it much, much easier to just sort of, white label some of that, I think.
Yeah, it feels nice having excited about DFly. Yeah, me too, man. I did not get into it. I
Yeah,
did
me
not.
neither.
I think I needed to wake up like at 3 a.m. and I woke up not at 3 a.m.
Yeah. If you
But I
follow
wish I had.
JT Invests, I think he was preaching about it and he was keeping everybody updated, but I missed out on it and I am regretting it right now.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I know. When I talked to Aaron from Headline last week, he was talking about how they got a really respectable team. I think maybe DFly makes you sound, maybe I don't know, maybe people don't take it seriously, but what did he say? He said that they have like a Carnegie fellow, there's
Hmm.
like serious people behind that project. So,
Yeah.
and it's the first arbitraging protocol. Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited about that one. I'm excited about Humble. I mean, it's great to have, Reach and Chris, these are guys that you really believe in. So I can
Yeah.
believe in the security there, and and just give us a Dex, right? Like,
Right? Yeah,
give
we just
us a Dex.
we need something here just to keep things going. And I think that Tiny Man is going to make a strong return, but we need
Yes.
these alternatives because now we realize like how dependent we were on Tiny Man. It's
Yes.
even more exposed now because they had to go away. Um,
Yes.
but
I know
uh,
we were too dependent on it. And another thing about Tiny Man, we didn't say. I think if you had an LP in there, then you're going to be eligible to get special rewards with their token. I read something about that. So they're
yeah.
definitely going to make everybody whole and reward the people that were most affected. It's pretty great.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. It was 7 a.m. Yeah. See, it was the pre-sale was a bit early. All right. Next up,
7 Oh, 7 a.m. Where is
Auto
Huddle
Boy
Boy
6.
6? Yeah, 7 a.m. where? Um, but anyways, all right. Well, we'll get to that. I think we're going to talk about pre-sales too. Isn't that on the agenda?
It is. It's number 9 though.
Okay.
We'll see
Okay.
if we get there.
Yeah, right. It's already 20 minutes. We've talked about 3 things. All right,
All right.
Decipher. I want to
All right.
talk about Decipher. All right.
I'm
Coop
gonna
trying
mess
a
with
new.
the
Oh,
pictures
is
here.
my hair?
There. We got better pictures now.
Oh, look at us.
We'll zoom in on you.
Yeah, let's now
Boom.
I'm insecure about my hair. Oh man. All right. All right, good. We're good. We're good. Hey man, it's early for me. It's 9:30. I guess it's not
Mm,
that early. It
mm.
makes me sound lazy.
All
Um all right.
right. Let's
So
talk about
Decipher,
Decipher.
how was
Uh,
that, man? I was jealous. I saw you on the stage and doing a great job. Like how
Thank
was
you.
that experience? Yeah.
It was fantastic. It was one of the best experiences in the Algorand community that I've had so far. In fact, I was so impressed with it that we've decided, hey, we're going to go to some more of these events. We're actually trying to throw one here in the Dallas area, like a mini version, kind of like a, I don't know, like a quarterly, like a meetup style, maybe like 30 or 40 people or something like that. But we'll do more of those things. But it was great to meet everybody, to see folks face to face, to kind of rub elbows, so to speak. And everybody
Yeah.
was very kind and welcoming. And even though like I'm not much of a developer coder type of guy, and I was hosting like the developer stage, everybody
Right.
was really engaged and very familiar and encouraging of what guys like you and I do. Right, where
Right.
we get on and we just kind of promote awareness, even though we've got relatively little like coding background or technical skills or chops compared to those guys.
Yeah.
They
Well,
appreciate that we get out there and kind of make them look good and kind of give them some feedback.
yeah, we were on the phone the other day, and I said, I feel like if there were like a kickball line of all of us YouTubers, you definitely wouldn't be the last pick of the developers to, to host
Thank you.
the. Yeah, you're welcome. Anyways, so well, that's great, man. So you met what? Did you meet Silvio? Did you meet who did you meet?
Man, Silvio's like the Godfather, legit. Like he had like an army of folks around him, like encompassing him at all points in time. It was fantastic. Him and Scaramucci were like bodyguarded up.
Yeah.
There
Okay.
were a few times when they were kind of moseying around the audience, and I got close enough to like hear him speak. And
This is hilarious.
I handed me a microphone when we were talking to Sophie the robot. So
Oh. Oh yeah.
Sophie the robot was there,
That's
um,
awesome.
and she was there to at one of the events. Talking. We were like, "Hey, what's your crypto favorite blockchain?" And she was like, "Well, it's Algorand, of course." That was fantastic.
Nice.
That was pretty cool. But Silvio got to come in and kind of interview Sophie the robot, and that was my closest interaction with Silvio,
Got it.
which
Got
was
it.
cool.
Yeah.
Borderless guys were there. That was really cool. Got to talk briefly with some of those guys. Kelly was there. Got to chat with
Mhm.
her a little bit in the breezeway in between some of the events. A lot of the Algorand marketing team was there, obviously, and I interacted with a bunch of them. As far as
Sweet. And
getting
there was
handled from event to event or speaker to speaker.
Did you guys party at all? Was there any kind of like shenanigans or
Oh yes, but I don't think it's safe to talk about on YouTube.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, it's kind of like that. It's kind of like that yieldy conversation. Yeah. All right. It's not, that's cool, man. You're talking about Silvio and Scaramucci. It brought me back to living in New York, and I was stoned, and I was walking to Central Park, and there was this massive line, and I was like, "What's this line about?" And I accidentally meandered to the front, and then I was just in the begin, and it was Richard Gere and the Dalai Lama, and I was right in front of them, right?
Wow.
It was really cool. So I watched the Dalai Lama and Richard Gere talk like within 15 feet. And then I'm kind of like, in the cloud walking away. And then I see a group of people like gathering, and I kind of walk up, and it was like a weird experience where everything kind of split, and I just kind of walked to the front of the line, and then the Dalai Lama walks up, looks me straight in the eyes, and gives me this kind of like prayer look, and like connected directly to me.
That is
So
awesome.
the point of that story is, I feel like that's what Silvio's like, which is kind of
Yeah.
silly, but
I feel
anyways.
I feel like I got the smile and the head nod. Like
Yeah,
that
okay.
that
That's it.
that's good
That's
for me.
that's basically what I got from the Dalai Lama. So there we go. I felt blessed. There you go.
All right.
Okay, moving on.
Moving on. I'm looking forward
Yeah,
to Decipher 22. We'll see when they
yeah.
announce that.
Yeah, or
You
and
you
also
gotta come.
Algo Fest. I'll definitely be there. And then
Yeah.
also Algo Fest. I mean, we
I'll go
got to do that
fest, right?
again. Come on.
Yeah. We got a
All right.
bunch of these events we got to do. All right.
Sweet.
General
Price
price
action.
action.
There we go.
Yeah, are we trying to make me cry now? What's
Yeah, right. Well, you were saying yesterday that you had some bills, right? I don't know. Should I have said this out loud?
No, yeah, we got to pay developers, right?
Yeah.
For citrus. I got to cash out some algo.
Oh,
I tried to get them to take algo like just straight up,
yeah. You're
but
like, hey, how about?
yeah, so I'm pretty close. Maybe in a month, maybe next month, I'll get them comfortable enough with the system, so they're taking algo straight up. But I think they got like real world bills, so they're like, well let's USDC or
Yeah,
something, right? So I gotta do
right.
some exchanges.
But
Um,
anyways, yeah. So yeah, I mean, what are your thoughts, man? I mean, it's obviously BTC kind of leads the way, and that's been under pressure, but yeah, it's been kind of brutal. I don't I see people talk, always when this happens, it's a bear market, everything's over. We're
Say
gonna
end of the world, right?
It's the end of the world, and I think that's unlikely. I think that's unlikely. I think usually the markets, and maybe guys in the chat can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's pretty typical in the stock market and obviously in this market because unfortunately they seem to move in the same direction. But there's usually downward pressure in the beginning of the year. It
Yeah.
starts the increase starts and it starts to go down. So
Hmm.
I think we're talking a few weeks rather than some crazy bear market. I'm hoping that we're just getting started here,
Yeah.
and
And I think that the Algorand system, the Algorand, ecosystem itself, is poised to leapfrog a couple of these other blockchains as far
yeah,
as overall size and market share, and
I
not
think so.
just market cap. Right. I think
Yes,
in total market share, because the Algorand ecosystem includes all of these other ASAs and all of these other, Go BTC, Go, all these other big major, ASAs that are coming out. And so I think that all of that will kind of help us gain market share, if you will.
right.
And, Warren Buffett's whole thing is, gain market share when everybody else is kind of scared. And I think that Algorand is still poised to grow quite a bit. So even if
Yeah,
there is an overall bearish market, I think that
yeah,
Algorand will sort of still rise up in ranks to
that's right.
mitigate that.
Did
Yielding
you
for the
see
win. Yeah.
Yieldy for the win? Did you see the Scaramucci cameo that Algo HQ
Yes.
posted? Yeah,
Yeah.
that guy.
He had like the double chin thing going on though. He was like,
Yeah, I need to come up. That's somebody. I'm not. I've done comedy in the past, and I'm not much of an impression guy. But I think I'm going to work on a Scaramucci. I
Scaramucci.
think. I
I would
think I
love
need
that.
to. I need to come up with a Scaramucci impression. I'm
Yeah.
working on it. That's for sure.
All right. Keep
Um,
that up.
I'm going to keep that up. So I think we're going to be fine, and I think you're right that Algo is going to take a bigger. So which of these projects are you seeing us leap? What are you seeing? Who do you have in your sights?
Oh well, I mean, listen to Scaramucci. He's like, hey, we could take down ETH. We could be
I
like the
know.
number. He was so bullish, right?
I love
Um,
it. I love it.
so I mean, I could see us in the top 10, top five, even
Yeah, man.
relatively quickly.
Yeah.
So
Have
when
you been I've been talking a lot. I mean, I started about my bronze medal party. That was something that I was talking about on my channel for a while. And throwing it, if you're in the Algonauts Discord, there's a guy named Dr. Bob. He's a bit of a whale. And
yeah,
he's cool. And so we're gonna all have our party on his yacht, is what we've all decided over there.
nice. Okay.
But I'm starting to feel like we can upgrade this to a silver medal party and
Right.
take down ETH. What I mean, maybe not this year, but it's coming. I
It's
mean,
coming.
it makes sense. It makes sense. All
Well,
right.
so Vitaly said ETH 2.0 is just only halfway through, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And
Um,
they were teasing us early last year that January now was the time. So
what did I say his name was? Vitalik?
yeah, you said Vitali,
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
and
yeah,
I didn't correct you because
yeah.
that's funny. Yeah, old Tally.
Right.
Tally me a banana. Yeah, he said, yeah. No, but there's a lot of funny things about like, showing him like super old or like being like, oh, it's coming, or like a
Yeah, still
grandma
on the
being
way.
yes. But yeah, I like it.
All right. So, long story short, we're bummed about the current price action, but we are
Yeah,
bullish on the long term.
that's right. That's right.
All
And
right.
even the medium term, frankly. But yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
All right.
PayPal getting into crypto.
Yeah.
So, have you seen this story? What do you
Mhm.
think? Is this going to impact overall crypto because PayPal is mainstream?
Absolutely, man. Yeah, the PayPal coin, right? I mean, I
Hmm.
think that would be a big deal. And I posted a few articles on Twitter yesterday, and which was inspired by Michael Jordan's post, which
Yep.
is awesome to say. Yeah,
Yeah,
old Michael
Michael
Jordan
Jordan's.
posted. Yeah, Michael
Yeah,
Jordan posted, and
Algo family in the house.
Algo family. Yep, and he and so yeah, there just seems to be a lot of connections with Algorand and PayPal.
Hmm.
He had said something that there was some discussions recently between PayPal
PayPal
and Algorand,
PayPal was
and
doing some research with Algorand. I don't know, a month or 5 6 weeks ago, something like that. Um,
yeah,
and it's it might be a little bit of hopium, but
yes, I
but
understand. Yeah.
I like it. You know,
Well, yeah, and
I'm
well, that was yesterday. That's what I was joking about it. I was like, with this price action, I needed this. I needed this, and
yeah.
so, but still, if you want to read the tea leaves, there is a lot of connection there.
Hmm.
Between what's the name of the company that PayPal acquired? Oh man, I can just look right
Oh,
here.
I don't know.
It's called sorry, while I
PayPal
look at
acquired a company that had some Algorand connections.
yes. It's
Okay.
called my wife will leave me, and that's not the post. There's all right, here we go. Curve.
Oh,
Sorry, yeah,
Curve. Yes. Okay.
Curve. Yeah. So they partnered up with Algorand last year, and then like a month later, yeah, probably. He's
Mhm.
probably right, actually. But
Yeah.
anyways, he had to they and then PayPal acquired them, and now they're working on the stable coin for PayPal. And then Six Clovers is former PayPal.
Hmm. There are
Whatever.
some connections there.
There's a lot of connections, but yes, PayPal coin. That's interesting for sure.
So I
Yeah,
I think that a lot of like bigger companies like a PayPal shy away from Algorand because it doesn't have as high of a visibility factor as ETH. Even
right.
companies that I talk to, that aren't as familiar, they want the biggest exposure for things like NFTs. So I deal
Yeah,
with a lot of marketing, and companies are like, hey, I want to give some NFTs to our people as a spiff, as a rewards token or something like that. And their idea is, hey, we have to do it on ETH because open seas and some of these like larger marketplaces, and not because they think that the technology is better with ETH. They
yeah,
just think that they have a wider audience. And
right.
so the audience participation, as Algorand grows, I think it'll be much easier to get some of these like bigger companies. And if a PayPal has to do like Opulus did, where they want some of that ETH audience, but they recognize the benefits of the Algorand chain, right? Because
Yeah,
that's what Opulus did. They
yeah.
tried. They said, hey, we're going to gather some of that ETH audience and then convert everybody to Algorand because it runs better and it's cheaper. Um,
But on the other side of that, a company like PayPal, it doesn't need ETH. I mean, PayPal is one of the most visible companies in the, one of the most recognizable companies in the world. What they need is their stable coin to,
to
work
work.
well
Yeah.
and be secure and cheap. So
Hmm.
it would make a hell of a lot of sense. And I think I know what you mean by that. And I know institutions, and I know even friends, they're like, hey man, how do I buy off of OpenSea and stuff like that? Like,
Yeah.
what do I do? And so definitely ETH has you know,
Just a head start there in the
a
user base,
huge head
right?
start. Yeah, for sure. But we're growing, and it's gonna get better. And we just, yeah,
All
it's
right.
good. It's good.
So
Cool.
PayPal's bullish for everyone. I think that what do they say? Rising tides float all ships, right?
I think so. I
So
think
if
so.
PayPal gets in there, it's good for everybody.
That's
All right,
right.
let's talk about governance.
Hmm.
Governance ended. The staking was what, 2 days ago, I think.
That's it. Yeah, it was the Friday morning. 10 o'clock your time
Hmm.
was the deadline. So
Right.
so it's too late.
It's a much larger staking performance this time. I don't know what the final percentage ended up, but it was well over 40%. Right? Do you remember?
Wait, what? Oh yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, it's over
Circulating
40.
supply. Yeah.
Yeah, the circulating supply. It's insane. It's insane.
So I
Uh,
think that is going to be good. So I'm going to speculate a little bit here that
mhm,
because so much is getting locked up in governance, and so
mhm.
much of algo is getting locked up in other we could say Yieldly, or if Tiny Man comes back and we get some other liquidity pools, that type of thing. The more of these actions, or even AlgoFi, maybe well they actually increase supply maybe, but I think that the limited supply will help
Yeah,
us because
yeah. The
demand will
scarcity of
continue to
it.
rise. Yeah.
I think so. I think so. I mean, it is. And by the way, people are calling PayPal coin PP coin, and that's
Yeah.
funny. So I just
Right.
wanted to shout out PP coin. All right, but yeah. So I think you're right, and I think that the APY for governance was a little, like, oh, so many people are participating, which is fantastic overall for the ecosystem. But I think, a lot of guys are being like, well, I mean, the no loss lotto is
Might be better.
APY. Well, I don't think it is. I think that I don't even know. Do you know what the no loss lotto APY is right now? It's
No, I
probably
haven't
like
looked in a while.
9% or something, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think as it is right now, it's a little less than 10%. So all of those people, there's a lot. I'm sure that will go up. I mean, I was very aggressive. I'm very aggressive into governance because it helps me, you know, grow my bag, because when I don't have any algo to spend, I have to buy more. And
Hmm.
and so that's good. But then also it's just like it's a way for me not to sell it. I'm
Right.
because
Yeah.
I can get a little like I want to move things around, and I just want to continue to grow that. But
Yeah. So I,
that's my
I'm
move.
I'm sticking with the same philosophy I had last time, where I staked a third of my bag. I held a third out for NFTs, and I held a third out for miscellaneous trading. If there's any new ASAs or pre-sales or anything
Right.
like that that I want to get into, but that pool is much smaller now because last quarter when I brought NFT, these comments are cracking me up. All right.
For real.
Look, oh yes, a couple people staked less this round.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
seeing that too. I've seen that all over. Yeah, in the Algonauts Discord, there's a lot of people saying that they staked less. Which, so who the hell is who's staking?
More,
Who's more? I mean, because this is
yeah,
insane. What was it? There was like eyebrows killing it. That's right. That's
strong,
right.
strong eyebrow game.
People tell me that I need to get them threaded. I'm not doing that. I'm not a.
Mm-mm.
I don't dye. I don't thread. I don't shave. I mean, what am I doing? But yeah, yeah. It seems like a lot of guys are doing. I committed less this round. DeFi is too tempting. I staked a shitload less. Yeah, and I'm voting A. Yeah, I haven't. That's another thing. We're not going to. Have you looked at the vote yet?
Yeah, it is something to do with how we allocate, I believe,
Yeah,
something along those lines this time around. So you allocate it
yeah,
for education, allocated for brand new projects, and allocated for tenured projects or mature projects, something along those lines.
yeah, yeah. And then I don't know. They said I staked a
48%.
shitload less, and I voted. Not matter what they ask.
Pistol
48%.
Moonshine says 48% supply is locked up in governance.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
I mean, come
that's
on, man.
huge.
That's huge. I mean, and when that happens, it's so funny to see it go down. It's like, what is I guess it's just low. I don't know. Like, how is that even happening? So much is being locked up. But what was I going to say? Yeah, I mean, I definitely, it's a very gentle, it's a soft lock, which so people can move out, and that's going to be. I voted for B the last time around. Not that I begrudge any, but I think that
Yeah.
this kind of what's happened, I think B would have maybe been it would have been better for the APY for sure. But
Hmm.
yeah, that's all right. We have
I
time.
interviewed a company the other day, Guard. So I don't know
Guard.
if
Yeah, I
you
don't
know
know.
much about Guard, GARD. So they're producing a stable coin, but they've got a really interesting use case where you can stake your Algorand through their system and
Hmm.
borrow for Guard. So you borrow against your stake for,
Uh
let's
huh.
say, I don't know, 65, 70%. You can determine how much you want in there. So you get 60 or 75% out of your Algorand as guard. So it's staked in there. You're still earning APY. You're part of governance, and you
Uh
have the
huh.
75% like
Oh,
borrowed against it as guard. Now, if there's a new DEX, and this actually brings us up to our next offering here. So, well, this will kind of roll in. So if there's a market for guard stablecoin, then I can swap my guard stablecoin for additional Algorand. So let's say I deposit 1,000 Algorand and I get 750 guard out. I can swap out my 750 guard out for 750 Algorand, just to, make the numbers match up. So then I redeposit my 750 Algorand in that week long time, and then I can borrow against that again for another
whoa.
600 or 550 Algorand. So my 1,000 Algorand, I can do this multiple times. I can do it like up to like 5 or 6 times, I think, before it stops making sense. So my 1,000 Algorand, I can actually use as leverage for the governance portion of it and end up staking like 2,800 Algorand for every 1,000 that I actually have.
Whoa.
right? So that could decrease the the availability, liquidity quite a bit
Yeah.
if a lot of people did that
Whoa. So wait, so you can participate in governance and still do this. So
and still do
that's what.
this. Yeah.
Oh,
So
I'm gonna. Okay, guard is something that I need
it's
to.
GARD. So
All
it's
right.
designed to help you double dip
I like it. I
essentially.
like you, guard. How did
Yeah.
you where did you see guard? You just know what you're doing. Yeah.
Decipher,
You're the crypto. Yeah, see, this is why you have to go to Decipher. This is
right?
man, I like that. You
Uh,
just interviewed them. I'll go and watch your interview with them.
Yeah, it was a great interview. I met with Riley is their CEO and their I don't know if his title is COO. I think his name is Ryan. Both really smart people. Go check it out. I think I actually met briefly or had some Twitter exchanges with Riley ahead of time, and then met them at Decipher.
Got it.
But it's a very interesting concept to be
That's
able to
cool.
double dip while you do the governance. And
I
I
like
think
it.
a lot of people have been looking for some way to double dip anyway, so it's kind of
Yeah.
like the I don't know, maybe like a Go BTC or something where you have something and then you withdraw it and then you could still use it while it's staking. That concept is really interesting.
That is interesting. Yeah, I like that. Okay, cool. I want to know more about that.
All right, we're up to number 8 now. We got like
Okay.
10 minutes. We can get through this.
We
So
got it. We already kind of talked about this too, didn't we?
we kind of did, yeah. New
Yeah.
Dex offerings. I think we were talking about I don't know, like what like when we picked this topic, were we talking about new SAs coming or actually new dexes?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm feeling I'm feeling like that topic is repetitive. So maybe
Oh, you
we
know
skip
what?
it.
Previously, it was ASAs without a dex, and we just
Oh,
happened to, and then we just like got sidetracked, and we were talking about Humble, DeFi, and
right.
the white
Right.
label, and all that kind of stuff.
That's what happened. That's what happened. Yeah. So
So
I think we
ASAs
kind
without
of
a dex is difficult, or you just got to get like pre-sales, or hopefully they
yeah,
get listed
or
with
you
like
have to
Yieldly
like
or something.
yeah, or like go into a Telegram chat and like make
Yeah.
some black market deal or something.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, I think we did this. So
All
since
right.
we're yeah,
Let's go on to pre-sales.
pre-sales. We
So
kind of
be-
talked about this, but yeah.
this is like it is a little bit shady. So not that it's shady, but like the Acorn. So did you get into the Acorn deal?
I did not.
No. Okay. So we're missing all the good stuff.
We are.
But Acorn, because there wasn't like a good solid pre-sale platform like this, so he literally, he's and luckily, like he's a good guy, like he's solid community member, been around, also at
Oh yeah.
Decipher,
Yeah.
Algo Squirrel
Yeah, Algo
produced the
Squirrel.
produced the acorns, and but it was really just like, hey, go fill out this Google sheet, send me some algo, and trust me, and I'll send you back some acorns. But it
Yeah.
was like one of those things where you're making a Telegram deal.
Yeah.
And I wish that we had a stronger platform like a Tiny Man or someplace where you could do a launch like that, because it would
Right.
make pre-sale so much easier.
Right. And wait, one of these decks is talking about that. Was it Yieldly that's talking about hosting these things, being kind of a launch pad? No.
Yes, Yieldly
It
does want to
is.
do that in the future. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's something that we didn't talk about on Yieldly because that'll be fantastic. I mean, you know, in the end, like for example, DFly, I think earlier when we were talking about that, they said that they thought that they did it way too early and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I don't know if they meant in the time or just in
In
the
the project,
journey.
yeah, I
And
don't know.
yeah, I don't know either. But one thing I will say is that at least these pre-sales are available to everybody. I appreciate that these, that they're making these things. We can do it. We fill out a form, and you and I or anybody in this chat uh
Hmm.
can do that. So I like that. um and yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, you love pre-sales when you get in on them, and then you maybe don't like pre-sales when you don't, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
how hard is it to set up, a smart contract for the pre-sale ASA using something like, what is it, like swapping?
Yeah, swap. What is it
Yeah,
called?
yeah, yeah. Hopefully, everybody knows what we're talking about. But,
They know.
yeah, right. So you could do like one-off swaps. I feel like there's a better way to do that, and if not, somebody should go make that right now. because
Yeah.
that launch pad, like we would have, a steady source of, smart contracts for these pre-sales, and maybe they're just, invite only links or something along those lines. I don't know how you would control it, I guess, or each one has to be a separate, smart contract setup. I don't
Hmm.
know, but it seems like there's a better way to do it.
That's right. That's right. I think so. I agree with you.
All right.
All right.
Let's just talk about the future. All right.
Let's
So
do
this
it.
is last but not least,
The future.
2022. What are you most excited about?
Oh man. Well, I mean, Algorand. I'm just excited about Algorand for sure. I mean, just algo in general, and the watching more adoption, governments, institutions, more money flow in, us climbing up and getting the respect that it deserves. I mean, these are the things that I'm very, very bullish on, and I'm convinced that it's going to play out. We'll see if I'm right.
Right.
We got a live Dex pistols.
Yes.
Yeah,
A live
I'm,
deck would be really good.
that would be. I'm super excited
The
for
bar
yeah
has
this.
been lowered, right? And we just need you just give us a live decks.
Yeah.
Just make it
Well,
happen.
we didn't have one forever, and we were
Yeah.
fine, and then we got one, and now we're like, wait a second, life was
Yeah.
so much better. And then you see a lot of guys that had entire strategies, built around having a Dex.
Yeah.
And right now they're getting liquid. Some guys are on the verge of getting liquidated. Getting screwed
Yeah.
on AlgoFi. So a live Dex is critical for sure. Um, this guy says we need something other than Twitter. It's a hot mess.
Yeah.
You have the guys over at Headline
Headline's
and
got the
building
forum.
got forum. Yeah, are you on forum?
I'm on forum. Yeah. Go
Yeah, me
go
too.
go find me. I'm at Crypto Nerd. What's your handle over there?
I think it's at the Recoup.
Hmm.
Yeah, I haven't. I need to show up more over there, but I do have a profile, and it's at the Recoup for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
I think it's good. Let's talk about like our other projects. I know this is Algorand focused, but you've also got, what is it, Digibyte? Did I say that right?
Yeah. Oh, right. I have. Well, that's true. Next week, I'm going to. Oh, no, I shouldn't actually say that because that hasn't been announced. Never mind. But there is a show called the Digi Metaverse Show that won't just be Digibyte or anything, but it is going to be metaverse related, and it is. Yeah, I'm gonna host it. I got a guy, one of the guys that I'm working with. He's an editor at Fox, and I have some fun ideas for that show, and the
Cool.
recoup chugs along. Absolutely, I'm going to keep it going. So the idea is, and I know you have similar ideas. I see that you're making moves over there. The idea is to do this as my job, man.
Yeah.
That's the idea. So and you have another one. I've seen you post about another coin. What is that? I forget. There's something that you like.
Electronium, ETN.
Yeah, what is that? Tell me what that is.
Electronium is the British pound, the electronic British pound, right? So they
Yeah.
partnered with XRP, and they are
Oh,
researching. I think it's some kind of a stable coin esque type deal, based off the British pound.
got it.
And I got in with them early on in 2017. I was one of the initial ICO investors, and I've just been holding this entire time, just praying that something eventually happens. It's a strong community. At the time, they had the most, like in terms of number of investors, it was the largest ICO. I don't know if that record still holds or not, but it's a pretty strong community. I don't post about them a ton because they've just been stagnant, not a whole lot of news for a long time. But I still watch them periodically, and
Yeah.
I'm still holding. So it's one of those just
Yeah.
side projects. I just figure, okay, eventually, if I hold it long enough, something's gonna happen.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I do talk about Digibyte. Digibyte's going through a rough time. They're one of those like Hodl Boy's talking about. It's a fork of Bitcoin, and it's been around since
Hmm.
2014, and it's one of those just like truly decentralized projects that has a hard time really kind of get going because it's just there's really nobody in charge, and it's just one of those things that's hanging out.
Yeah.
But there's an energy. That community is also very, very passionate, and we'll see. I have a interview. I interviewed on my other channel. I interviewed the creator of that. His name's Jared Tate. I have
Mm,
that interview. It's on the DigiCorp Labs channel. If anybody wants to check it out and learn more about that. But
that's cool. So I
yeah,
think that Algorand, the community itself, it doesn't seem to be like discouraging or dismissive of other chains. So when
yeah,
you talk to, like, I've joined some ETH, like Twitter Spaces, and just mention Algorand, and you just get beat down. but in the
Yeah,
Algorand community, if you mention another blockchain, they're like, oh, that's interesting. Tell me more. How
yeah.
can we synergize or work with that, or are there some ideas that will be applicable here? It's more curiosity than anything else.
Yeah, well, you don't spend much time in the Algonauts Discord, do you, Crypto?
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Do
yeah.
you know? Do you know? I'll give him a shout out. Are you watching Algorand Coffee? We were joking because his handle is Algorand Coffee, and that guy is very passionate against ETH, Bitcoin, and Cardano. It's pretty funny. We could have,
Yeah.
yeah, we could have. We were joking about a coffee break where he gives like a Lewis Black esque rant against against all those projects. But you're right, actually, and there is an openness, and what I've found is that Algorand is like a very I mean, it's just so positive, man, isn't
Yeah.
it? Like I have encountered all no negativity, like literally just support in the Algorand community, and it's awesome. And the NFT artists, they're all doing good things. I mean, every project has got something cool that they're working on. You have we mentioned Headline, and they're trying to save dolphins and whales, and
Right.
you
Oh,
have
good stuff.
it's just it's all good stuff, man. And it's good. It's good.
All right.
But
Nothing but positivity for the algo future then.
I think so. I think so. So what do we think? Was this fun?
I think this is great. So
Yeah.
we're gonna do this weekly. We'll keep this going
Yep.
on. I'm gonna see if I can get somebody to do like some fancy like intros. If anybody in the audience does like digital video stuff, see if you can get us like a 5 or 10 second intro or something like that. Maybe we'll use it next time around. Email either one of us or contact us on Twitter or make some comments here. Whatever it is, get in touch with us.
Yeah.
I'd love to use something from the community or an intro theme song. You want a theme song?
Oh my God, that'd be fun. That'd be cool. We got to get maybe Seawill. Maybe we can get a
Yeah,
that would
yeah.
be cool. Yeah, and then as this grows, we'll maybe have guests or like a co-host. We can get some of these other guys like some of these other YouTuber guys on there as guests.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun, man.
All right.
Cool.
Yes, we have
Yeah.
iPhones.
I do have an iPhone, yeah, for sure.
All right.
Yeah. All
All
right,
right.
cool. All right,
So
guys.
let's see everybody same time next week.
Same time next week, next Sunday. I guess 12 Eastern. I think I should speak in Eastern. I confuse people by saying 9 Pacific.
Yeah, yeah.
People
We
nobody
should just
lives on the
standardize it. Yeah, East Coast is standardized.
That's right. All right.
All right, sounds good. All
All
right,
right,
Hollow
cool.
Boy wants memojis. I don't know exactly what a memoji is, but I'll try and figure it out.
All right, cool. Oh, I see. Oh, he wants to work on this for us. So if we give him our emojis, then he can make it fun. I think that I can
Oh,
create
got it.
something. Yeah.
All right, Hollow Boy,
All right.
hit me up. See if you can find me on Twitter, and I'll try and send that over to you.
Absolutely, me too. I'll figure it out. I'll create one if I thanks. That's awesome, man. So
Yep.
Huddle Boy's on it. I like it. So yeah, let's send him. I'll create a memoji at least. I have one in my phone. I do.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I do too.
Is this a memoji? Let's see. Now I'm gonna bore people. Well, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Never mind.
We'll do that offline. All right, everybody.
Yeah.
Have
All
a
right,
great
everybody.
week. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks,
All right,
Coop.
cool. All right, thank you, man.